16. Let's begin. Welcome to the live stream. If you're new to my live stream, this is as exciting as it gets. I'm going to sit here, work on some crafts, and play something in the background. Probably something creepy.
That's the Rocky Mountain. Oh, I gotta do I gotta do a thing, don't I? In today's episode, Brooke takes Bishop. I'm Aiden Mattis, and welcome back to the Lore Lock.
I guess I got any pink horns for you. See, we got the eyeballs for you first. I believe I have to order eyes again.
Nestled within the Rocky Mountains in the extreme north of Montana, Glacier National Park is one of the more remote parks in the system. It spans 1 million acres, most of which are dominated by neighboring peaks and valleys, and many of those valleys contain glacial lakes such as Tube and Upper Waterton. Yet, despite these features, glaciers have surprisingly few missing persons cases, at least compared to places like the Smokies or Yosemite. What makes those few cases so interesting is how bizarre many of them turn out to be upon closer inspection. And if you have, been watching our channel for a while, you'll notice that's a complete inversion of how things usually go. The Whitehead brothers, for example, disappeared without a trace after leaving one of the park's early tourist areas at Granite Chalet, with plans to follow a trail to Lake McDonald. So what should have been the first, but they certainly wouldn't be the last. 10 years later, in 1934, another pair of disappearances left park authorities scratching their heads, this time in 2 separate areas of the park, and under considerably different circumstances. First was the disappearance of long-serving and reportedly very popular Episcopalian Bishop William F. Faber, who failed to return from a pre-dinner stroll along a familiar lakeside trail in mid-July of that. Vanished from the park's northern extreme during what should have been a very straightforward hike. We are. Neither man's fate was ever fully explained, and in both cases, witness statements seemed inconsistent or even downright dishonest. And in one case, it almost seems like the authorities were trying to make the whole story go away before anyone could start asking too many questions. Before we get into the details of what makes these stories so peculiar, though,
Hello, welcome to the live
tell you
stream.
about today's sponsor.
This is it. Some shit. You're welcome to hang around. Have me on in the background as noise, or yeah.
We genuinely support the product and the
This
mission.
guy.
In the simplest terms, Fume is an analog flavored air device intended to help you move past certain bad habits by taking the bad part away. There's no smoke, no vapor, no electronics. Just the air you breathe and a stick of fiber soaked in natural plant-based flavoring. Historically, we have advertised the classic wood and steel device, but this time the guys at Fume sent us something different. It's the new Fume Zero, and at just $24.99, it is the simplest way to try flavored air. Zero nicotine, zero vapor, just natural flavor, and a better habit to reach for. And it works the same exact way, I think this one's mango flavored. So if you're ready to take the first step towards breaking the habit, you can try it now via the link in our description by going to tryfume.com/product/fume-0. Fume is spelled F-U-M, by the way, or by scanning the QR code on your screen. And speaking of habits, that may very well be what led Bishop Faber to his fate. QR code on your screen. And speaking of habits, that may very well be what led Bishop Faber to his fate. Well, I'm on my way. Those were the last words that Bishop William F. Faber said to his friends before setting off on an evening hike along one of the trails surrounding Two Medicine Chalets in Glacier National Park. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon on July 20th, 1934, and the 74-year-old wanted to get a short walk-in before dinner was to be served at 6. Now, this was standard procedure for Montana's highest-ranking cleric, a man who had frequented the Two Medicine Lake area for much of his
I want to say he was
24-year
murdered
career in the Treasure States, and he knew the trails there as well as anyone. He strolled out past the boathouse, where he said hello to the boat captain's 7-year-old son, Glenn Johnston, and then went off down the trail, which at the time seems to have run along the southern shore of the lake. Bishop Faber did not return to his room that night, but when his absence was actually noticed for the first time is one of the more subtle mysteries of this entire case. Papers initially reported on the 22nd that his absence was not detected until sometime later, when visitors in the lodge found his bed unoccupied and his luggage undisturbed. And the next day, the AP wire service clarified that this was discovered around 11 o'clock on the night of the 20th. That detail would later change, though, which is just one of a few conspicuous inconsistencies in the narrative regarding Faber's disappearance. Whatever the case, no search could begin in earnest until the following day, and first thing in the morning on Saturday, July 21st, a dozen search parties fanned out across the various trails the bishop might have traveled. Now, I was able to dig up a map of the park from 1934, which shows there was one main trail in the direction Faber was heading when he was seen by the boat captain's son. That trail followed a similar route to today's Two Medicine South Shore Trail, though the old map suggests that it stuck a lot closer to the lake than the modern one does, before branching off into three routes. One continued west and then north in a loop along the lake, while the other two diverged to the south and southeast towards Grizzly Mountain and Mount Henry, respectively. These were the most likely paths for Faber to have taken, though it would have seemed unlikely that he'd even gone far enough to reach the point where the trails branch off. You see, when he left the lodge, he wasn't planning on being gone all that long. He knew dinner was going to be served in an hour, so it was unlikely that he'd have gone more than a mile to a mile and a half before turning back towards the lodge. If we assume that the 1934 map is just a little bit off, and that the modern trails follow the same route as those present 90 years ago, the trail doesn't split until 1.75 miles in. And even if the older map's path is correct, the fork is still almost 2 miles from the chalets. It stood to reason, then, that the bishop had most likely injured himself, and that he should be found sitting on the side of the trail somewhere along that first mile or two. And yet, as searchers reached the 1 mile mark, Faber was nowhere to be seen. He didn't appear as they reached the fork where the trail branched off to the south and west either, nor was there any sign of him beyond that point. The rangers began to wonder if it was possible that he'd lost track of time and walked too far, and proposed that he might have sought shelter in one of the numerous cabins, some well secluded, that covered the immediate Two Medicine area, or that he might have fallen into the lake and been unable to summon aid. There had been no sign of a body floating in the open water of the 300-foot lake, and nothing could be done if he had drowned already, so the focus shifted towards combing the entire valley. So, with that in mind, the rangers, along with men from the Civilian Conservation Corps, spent the afternoon into the night of the 21st directing a search of every accessible portion of the northern Rockies adjacent to Two Medicine chalets. But it was to no avail. It was clear that Bishop Faber must have gone off trail at some point, but there was no way of determining where that might have been. And this does appear to be before they routinely were using bloodhounds in these searches. Without a concrete starting point, their only option was to fan out from the trails and hope they might stumble across something, either in the brush or on the way to one of those secluded cabins in the valley. They spent all day and all night on Sunday the 22nd doing precisely that as they awaited reinforcement from other areas of the park and from Faber's congregations around western Montana. A few men were sent to patrol the lake in a rowboat, while others waded shoulder deep into the water along the shoreline, but high winds forced them out before any sign of the missing man could be found. But as long as he wasn't in the lake, there was still some hope that Faber might be found alive. Though he was last seen wearing just a thin gray suit, the weather had been relatively mild, aside from the chill at night. If he had managed to stay dry and out of the wind, he had a chance at surviving for at least a couple of days, but beyond that, the outcome looked more grim. Well aware of that, rangers and CCC men pushed on through the night and into Monday morning, July 23rd, though their limited numbers and the vast swath of forest they needed to cover made for painfully slow progress. At some point, it occurred to the searchers that Faber might have tried to follow one of the streams back to the lake or to the trail, and it was as Ranger Clyde fully explored that possibility that he finally located the missing bishop, sadly deceased. And here we come to another peculiar inconsistency in the narrative, because there are two conflicting stories regarding the position of Faber's remains. As with almost all articles on this story, nearly every newspaper simply reprinted the AP's wires, which makes it all the more confusing that they somehow don't line up with one another. All coverage agreed on some aspects, such as the body's location in Paradise Creek, about 2.5 miles from the chalets, yet they differed in their descriptions of the exact position of the body. Several papers, such as the Daily Interlake, the Butte Daily Post, the Miles City Star, and others, reported that Paradise Creek is normally a small stream, and the bishop's head and shoulders were out of the water. The body apparently caught between two boulders as he walked or stumbled into the water. Meanwhile, articles in the Billings Gazette, the Independent Record, the Great Falls Tribune, and others recorded that the upper portion of the body was not submerged. It lay against a log, and it was thought that the bishop, presiding head of the Episcopal Diocese of Montana, stumbled or slipped on the log as he walked down the comparatively shallow creek. Leaving aside some of the issues with the explanation of how he got stuck like that for the time being, it seems odd that the AP would send wires with two distinctly different descriptions on the same day, without one or the other claiming to be a correction, especially when they agree on just about everything else. The body was found around noon, 2.5 miles from the chalets, a mile from the trail, in shallow water.
Hello. It's starting to what? It's starting to what? Oh, I thought you said it's starting to rain. Got my hopes up. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more than that. Yeah. I got a... Good. Yeah, what's her name? Somebody's pond is drying up, so there was a bucket of goldfish at work today trying to rehome the goldfish. I was just like, oh, what's in the bucket? I'm thinking like it's a puke bucket because, it's work. And I looked and there's 6 little goldfish in there. Yeah. Yeah, it was, nobody moved until about 4 o'clock and then they started moving. It was just, oh, that's the every 3 months one, the regular one that I forgot about like 3 months ago. I got it done. Only cried a little bit. I only cried a little bit, and hey, they've taken a lot out of me in the last 42 hours when it comes to blood. They had enough. What are you talking about? Everything's normal. This isn't... Well, whose fault is that?
That's because your freaking eye teeth came in before you put them.
I saw a baby on TikTok with just their eye teeth. Like, that's what I look like. I'm a little vampire. Aw, I'm special. Alright, good night, Mama. I've sorted out everything upstairs pretty much into what's going to the secondhand store and what's going to the Frenchies. It'll be taken care of and getting rid of. Alrighty. Night, love you too. That was my mommy saying goodnight.
His keys and handkerchief a short distance upstream, and the cause of death was listed as shock and exposure. Yet for some reason, they couldn't agree on whether he was found leaning against a log or wedged between 2 boulders. And those are simply not, that's not a small discrepancy. Then there's the issue of precisely how he ended up passing away from shock and exposure when all the papers reported that the upper portion of the body was not submerged. One thing that does seem clear is that the creek was never high enough during the time the bishop was missing to reach his torso. It never moved swiftly enough to knock him off balance, nor was it so deep or wide that he couldn't have climbed out if he'd felt his strength fading from the cold water. According to Ranger Foley, there was no indication the victim had struggled, and he said that when he found the missing man, one arm lay across the log, which extended out of the water.
That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high.
What? Stop it. I'm busy.
An arm lay across the log, which extended out of the water. The AP reported that officials regarded it as almost certain that the elderly church head, of small stature, lost his way and, after wandering for 2 or 3 hours, decided to walk down the creek until he came to Two Medicine Lake, a trail or some landmark which he might recognize. This is, of course, precisely what someone should do if they're lost in a place where they know for certain that the creeks will lead to a familiar location. Bishop Faber was reportedly very familiar with the Two Medicine Lake area, So he made the rational choice in following the creek. But that same familiarity then forces the question of how he ended up so lost in the first place. Papers just wrote it off, explaining that the bishop was known to be easily confused at times, and was admittedly a poor judge of distance and directions in the mountains which he had tramped over for many years. And that might explain it if he'd been lost in the backcountry, but Faber had been walking a well-worn trail that he'd used for 20 years at that point. Mistaking west for south is one thing, but mistaking a game path for a familiar curated trail is another thing entirely. Additionally, Faber would have known that the way back to the chalets was essentially due east, and since it was nearing sunset, that just meant going in the opposite direction of the sun. Then there's the timing of it all. He left at 5 o'clock in the evening and intended to be back before dinner was served an hour later. As previously noted, the first turn off of the trail was nearly 2 miles from where he'd started, so if he was planning to head back by 6, he should have either turned around once he reached that point, or even before then. So how did he end up so far to the south? He must have either deliberately left the trail, or have pressed on and turned south, in a place where he should have turned around to head back east. And even if he had taken the southern trail and somehow lost track of so much time that the mid-July sun was disappearing over the mountains, which would have been at least 2 hours after he left, if not 3 or 4, then the way to get back home would have been by following the trail he was already on, not striking out into the brush to find a creek going in the same direction. I also take issue with the proposition that the bishop was simply so bad with directions that he managed to get over a mile south of the trail before realizing he was lost and needed to turn around. From any point along the trail, and especially the point where he'd need to have departed it, the mountains to the south are clearly visible through the trees. Bishop Faber had even climbed one of those mountains, Mount Henry, earlier that same week. So, are we to believe that after 20 years he couldn't tell which mountains were which? I don't mean to suggest that such a thing is impossible, but given everything that we know about Faber and the condition of the Two-Medicine region at the time, it hardly seems plausible, and the coroner's decisions don't do much to assuage any doubt. It doesn't seem that he performed a full autopsy, as he was satisfied that the bishop could not have been a victim of drowning. He was perfectly happy to conclude that the man had simply died of shock from walking down a stream, and literally nothing else. It would certainly be the first I've heard of someone dying from getting a little bit wet below the knees in a stream he could have left at any given time, while also somehow wedging himself so tightly into a gap between 2 boulders that he couldn't get out, and yet doing so without causing any injuries or bothering to try and struggle free. If that wasn't suspicious enough on its own, it certainly doesn't become any less suspicious when we look at the reports from about a week and a half later, when it was revealed that a note had allegedly been found on the bishop's body, explaining that he knew he was lost all along. The text of the note wasn't printed, but the AP reported that the contents indicated the beloved 74-year-old bishop feared he could be found only by airplane searchers. And in addition, Helena, friends of the slight churchman, said that in the note the bishop left word to his family and to members of his diocese that his predicament was entirely accidental, and that he wished to dispel any remote belief that he might have attempted to do away with his own life in the event he was found dead.
Oh, he's so fucking murdered.
What he did not explain was how Bishop Faber might have fallen, or whether he had been injured or had become exhausted, though it did indicate that he'd written the note after he became certain that he was lost. Apparently, it was Faber's son who found the note, though the information came from Bishop H.H.H. Fox, Faber's assistant bishop in Montana, and his designated successor, as did apparently all information about the note, the contents of which were never actually published. There's at least one other aspect of the story that doesn't make sense, which is a bizarre change to the narrative regarding when people first noticed the bishop was missing. The original reporting claimed that friends or lodge staff first noticed his absence when they found his room undisturbed around 11 o'clock on the night he disappeared. Reporting from August 9th, however, explicitly stated that no great alarm was felt for his safety until the next day, as it was thought he was visiting a friend. And that's odd, because the original reporting very clearly said that he planned to go for a short walk before dinner, and nowhere did anyone suggest he'd been going off to visit a friend. Taking everything into account, Faber was never more than a quarter mile from a trail while he was lost, and he was lost in an area hemmed in by mountains on 3 sides, with the lake and the trail home covering the entire entrance of the canyon to the north. An area he knew like the back of his hand after spending 2 decades vacationing there. He allegedly died of exposure in a creek that was only 2 feet deep at the end of July, without ever getting his upper body or head wet. Papers initially described him as having been wedged between 2 boulders, but then that changed to him having been found against a log. A change in the narrative which seems to have occurred after Bishop Fox arrived later in the day on the 23rd. Then, 2 weeks after he vanished, and 11 days after he was found, that same bishop told reporters that Faber had written a note suggesting that his only chances of being found in a densely wooded area were in the air searches, even though he knew there was a trail just over 1,000 feet west of where he ended up. We're supposed to believe that Faber, who just earlier that week climbed a mountain, apparently knowing he was lost and that his best chance was being sighted from the air, decided to climb down into a creek instead of going west towards the trail or east towards the treeless slopes of Neverlaugh's Mountain. And not only that, but we're supposed to believe that a man who spent 20 years in this valley managed to lose the trail in broad daylight, walk a mile in the wrong direction towards mountains he knew were to the south rather than to the east, and then climb down into the creek instead of just following the path of that creek from the bank. It's a story that you might be able to believe if it were about a small child, an inexperienced hiker, or someone who was no longer in full control of their faculties. Bishop Faber, however, was far from being young, had 2 decades of memories hiking those trails, and he was still as keen as he'd ever been. For those reasons, I find it very hard to believe that he got that lost in this place. And I don't say that as somebody who doesn't go outside. While I've never been to Glacier, I have been to Yellowstone, Denali, and the Smokies. I've seen how dense the brush can get in America's wildlands, and I know how hard it can be to get lost in them. But I also have a subscription to all trails, and I can see from the many pictures and satellite images that it would be a lot harder to get lost here than in any of the places that I've been, especially for somebody who knows the landmarks as well as Faber must have. The only feasible reasons I can see for his getting that far off the main trail would be him somehow losing track of so much time that it got dark before he had to turn around, or if he were chased off the trail by a wild animal. The former is unlikely because sunset in that area isn't until almost 9:30 p.m., 4.5 hours after he left the chalets, and the latter seems improbable because he probably would have mentioned it in his note. And of course, if it's mountain lion versus 74-year-old man, my money's on the mountain lion. So this is one of the few cases mentioned in a Missing 411 book in which I actually do agree with David Paulides that something genuinely seems off. I wouldn't go so far as to say that the official story is impossible, as stranger things have happened, but I also can't get behind a narrative which forces us to assume so many unlikely or inexplicable decisions made by the missing individual. On the other hand, I can't wager a guess as to what really happened to the bishop. The fact that the story changed and that this unpublished note appeared after Faber's successor
I'd
showed
ask
up
what
on the
happened
scene
to the
is
boat
certainly a bit
owner's
suspicious,
son.
but I can see no evidence that would indicate Fox had organized Faber's disappearance
That would
or
be
death.
my opinion.
It seems conspiratorial to suggest that somebody murdered him, especially when I can't see why Ranger Foley would have been in on it, and neither he nor the coroner referred to any visible injuries.
I washed you twice,
If they
but your
were
fur
involved,
just collects
however,
fuzzies.
then both of those men could have been lying about the actual state of Faber's body, in which case homicide seems much more plausible than it would otherwise. But as I said, there's no evidence to suggest that was the case. One option I can see that does check the boxes would be if Faber had intended to end his own life, which would be very taboo for a bishop, and thus explains the appearance of the note saying he hadn't done that. That perspective comes with its own set of problems, though, not least of which is the fact that there are certainly more comfortable and less traumatic ways to end one's own life than wedging your body between 2 boulders in a stream and waiting for death to take you. Additionally, the bishop was by all accounts devoted to his work and happy with his life, and even if Faber was secretly dissatisfied, he could have retired and spent the rest of his life relaxing in his beloved mountains and spending time with his 2 adult children. I'm inclined to lean towards foul play simply because I can't wrap my head around him getting lost under the circumstances, but to be honest, I don't have a shred of an idea how someone would have pulled that off given what was reported. It's arguably just as likely that he did wander off, but I can't shake the feeling that there's more to the story than that. And of course, there's also the fact that he wasn't the only person to disappear under somewhat inexplicable circumstances that year, or even that summer, or even within that month.
Parents, we need magic too. So can we relax on a Disney cruise? Oh yes. And fine dine extra finely. Double yes. Parents, you won't believe what a family vacation can be.
So we are the first ever sensory-friendly restaurant in Canada. So we hire neurodivergent talents. We also create an inclusive space for everyone to dine in.
Year, or even that summer, or even within that month. Less than a month after Bishop Faber went missing, another man disappeared from Glacier National Park, this time from its northern extreme at Goat Haunt on Upper Waterton Lake. Now, reporting on Faber's disappearance was extremely limited, and Lumley's situation was actually even worse. Given Glacier's position at the far north of Montana, very little news made it out of the mountains.
Another day.
In fact, there was
Don't
more
time to
reporting
trim
coming
your
out of
fur.
Lumley's home state of Ohio than out of Montana. But unfortunately, most of it was just
Fuck
reprinting
you.
of the
You're
same
gonna have to sit
AP
this one
and
out.
AP wires from correspondence in the Treasure State, which gave the bare minimum in terms of detail. What we do know is that Dr. Frederick Lumley, an associate professor of sociology at Ohio State University, was last seen in the park on August 13th, 1934, apparently by Mr. and Mrs. R.B. Owen of Cambridge, Massachusetts. So it's odd that there isn't any reporting on Lumley's disappearance until a full 2 weeks later on August 29th. But there is a reason for that. Papers reprinting an AP wire reported that a search of the Rocky Mountains of Glacier National Park is underway for Dr. F.H. Lumley, who hadn't been seen since he left Goat Haunt Camp with the Owens on a Lake camp. This was to be a 17-mile journey over a well-defined and regular forest route, which was in no real trouble for 27-year-old Frederick Lumley. Even within that article, though, the story seems odd. According to the Montana Record Herald, on August 13th, the Owens registered at the Cosley camp, and for some unexplained reason, Lumley was not missed until it was later discovered that his baggage was still uncalled for at the Many Glacier Hotel. That's already a bit weird, because according to that same article, the Owens had left Goat Haunt on the 13th, and in order for that reporting to be correct, they would have to have walked a full 17 miles in just a few hours. The trail from Goat Haunt to Cosley Lake Camp includes almost 3,500 feet of elevation gain, and is in reality nearly 18 miles. Not but it's certainly an intense hike for the average tourist. Leaving that aside, though, the more bizarre part is the mention of the Many Glacier Hotel. Lumley was with the Owens. Why didn't they report it? One answer is that the early reporting may mix things up. Originally, the AP said that Lumley was supposed to be traveling to Cosley Lake with the Owens, but articles published on the 30th included a change to that narrative. And get into contact with the Owens after the previous version went to print, and Mr. Owen clarified that Lumley had not intended to go with him to Cosley Lake. Instead, he explained, Lumley said he was going to Waterton, Canada, and then out of the park. While that certainly clears up the reason why he wasn't reported missing when the Owens reached the lake, it didn't make the disappearance any more sensible. Lumley had been operating out of the Many Glacier Hotel since he arrived in the park on July 17th. All of his luggage was still there, and he'd made no arrangements to have it sent back to Ohio. Furthermore, it seems that his luggage may have only been discovered after his family contacted the park to inquire about his failure to return home on Monday the 27th. Despite the lack of sense in Owen's statement, authorities still had to consider the possibility that Lumley had indeed made his way into Canada, and that meant bringing in Canada's best.
Ugh.
Mounties. Now, as we all know here at the Lore Lodge, calling in the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to find a missing person is about as effective as taking Advil to cure cancer. It might make you feel a little better, but it won't actually do much. Still, it was all Canada had to contribute, and by August 31st, the boys in red were, presumptively, heading up the search in the Great White North. The announcement of their involvement came with new details, however, which suddenly shifted the source of the claim that Lumley was heading to Waterton from R.B. Owens to Al Berry, a saddle horse guide in the park. According to Berry, that conversation happened not on the 13th, but on the 12th. Unsurprisingly, when the AP wire for September went out, it brought the news that no evidence had been found today by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police that Dr. F.H. Lumley had come into Canada from Glacier Park. And I could find no mention of their involvement after September 2nd, though apparently about 20 private Canadian individuals volunteered to continue the search on the northern side of the border. Now, while the effort from the RCMP can be criticized, the lack of results may not have been their fault at all. According to AP Wire published in the Lewiston Daily News on September 3rd, while at least 2 persons in the park said Dr. Lumley told them he planned to enter Canada, friends of his informed his father in Columbus that he had expressed no such intention to them. Still, there was no sign of Lumley on either side of the border, which brings us to the other major issue with his disappearance: how he actually went missing in the first place. The same article described him as an experienced traveler who had done much hiking, so he wasn't a novice and would have known the dangers of veering off trail. He clearly knew that he should tell people where he planned to go, so it's not a stretch to assume that he also probably knew that the best way to be found if you get lost is to stay on the trail. Given that there was no evidence that he intended to disappear, and that he had a career with a bright future ahead, having reportedly been published twice within the year prior to his disappearance, it's a big deal if you're an academic, it's hard to imagine that he went off deliberately. It would be more likely that he took a wrong turn somewhere, but that would be hard to do if he was planning to head towards Waterton. The border between Canada and the United States was a lot more porous at the time. Someone could cross with nothing more than an ID, and a declared day trip by a solo hiker may not have even required that. So he didn't have to go off trail at all to get into Canada, and the route up to the lakeside village runs along the shoreline from start to finish. If Waterton was his destination, it would have been nearly impossible to go off trail unless he did so on purpose. The route to Cosley Lake, on the other hand, is considerably more rugged and would be in the direction he needed to go in order to return to his luggage. It seems that rangers shared a degree of skepticism regarding the Waterton angle, because on the 5th it was reported that they were diverting their attention back towards the mountains around Goat Haunt. A family friend, Mrs. McPherson, had spent some time visiting Fred Lumley while he was staying at the Many Glacier Hotel, and she offered the suggestion that he may have tried to go mountain climbing. She told Park Superintendent R.T. Scoyen that her husband and Dr. Lumley went up to Grubel and Alton Mountains and hoped to climb others, and that the young professor had climbed in the Bavarian Alps and in the Rockies. He was a very fearless person, she added, and may have tried one of the mountains near Goat Haunt. If he had done so, then he must have done so off of any of the well-searched trails, and that meant that he wasn't likely to be found at all. Bloodhounds were eventually brought in, but it would seem that was not until early October, by which time Lumley had already been missing for nearly a full 2 months. By that point, any and all leads had been exhausted, and those who had given the Rangers the nonsensical information that he intended to go back to Ohio from Canada were long gone from the park. It does seem that officials had abandoned the idea that he'd gone to Canada by that point, and by September 20th, papers were printing the version of the story where he'd been on his way to Cosley Lake once again. A year later, nothing had changed, even after an extensive search over the summer of 1935. Frederick Lumley was found, and it doesn't seem that any official investigation into the potential of foul play was publicized. That seems to me to be a strange oversight, given that the last 2 people seen with him showed up at the group's intended destination without him, and then sent authorities on a wild goose chase into Canada as they made their way out of the park. Then again, it was the 1930s, and people seem to have been a bit less suspicious of one another back then. Still, it would be hard to pin anything on anyone without a body, and by the time anyone might have suspected that the Owens had anything to do with it, in fact, by the time anyone even knew Frederick was missing, the only potential suspects had already left the park. Al Berry might have been pressed into revealing something, given that he was the only other person to mention Waterton, but without Lumley's remains, there would have been no way of forcing him to admit that he knew what had happened, and that's assuming that he had anything to do with it in the first place. So in Lumley's case, I'm inclined to think that something happened along that trail from Goat Haunt to Cosley Lake, though Berry's testimony does throw a wrench into that explanation. It's also possible that something happened on the 12th, which would have given Berry and the Owens time to come up with a ruse, but anything to that effect is pure speculation in the absence of evidence. If it wasn't foul play, and Lumley genuinely did try to make his way into Canada, then it's anyone's guess, and on this rare occasion, I'll give it to a certain author that Bigfoot got him seems as good an explanation as any. As for any connection between Faber and Lumley, I don't think there's much of an argument. The only thing that comes to mind would be that both were victims of a serial killer, but there's simply no evidence to support that. They were such different targets in such different places, and we can't compare causes or manners of death because one of the people just disappeared. We never found a body. What ties them together, aside from their proximity in both date and location, is just how little makes sense about either story. Neither man should have had any reason to go off trail, and both were experienced enough to know not to do that. Both had told someone precisely where they intended to go, and yet they ended up somewhere else entirely. Lastly, there is a possibility for foul play in both cases, but no strong evidence to support that conclusion. And given the amount of time which has passed, it's impossible for anyone to ever know for sure What happened to them? And now that we've reached the end of this episode, I will say that I am so excited to have an entire week to work on one of these things again. You have no idea the time crunch I was under getting this and the last one out. So if you're wondering, Aiden, why are these so much shorter than usual? It's because I wrote both of them in 4 days. You have no idea.
The Conjuring left rights. The case that ended it all. And playing only in theaters.
Ozzy 3-Minute Miracle gives my hair so much moisture.
I don't want to do another horror right now. Sure, we'll go with the perfect potato.
We're surrounded by root vegetables and a lot of potato chips.
Oh my gosh.
It is time, my friends. The bowl that is extra large is coming your way.
Wait, what? Oh, the big one. It's the one where they toss and then they run across the little lines.
They hurl the pig skin,
Yeah.
as it were.
And then then sometimes they kick the pig skin.
And then you pay attention when the commercials turn on.
And then they get brain injuries.
It's not a great situation, but you know what it is great for? Consuming loud snack food.
That's true, because people are yelling, and you can be eating a lot of potato chips, but you want to be eating the crunchiest one because, you have to drown out the soundness of everything around you.
Yeah, everyone's cheering and yelling, and there's sports ball, and there's commercials, and sometimes you just want to hear your own crunch. So why not design the crunchiest chip humanly possible to annoy everyone around you?
Yeah, I think that's basically what this is about.
What do you think? Good profile? Thanks. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Always appreciate it before you head out for the night. Where did I put my teeth?
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, the show that has some real bites. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a big football game that's coming up. One that people tend to get a little excited for. One that I can't name for legal reasons. However, as I think we all know, the real fun of watching any sort of sports ball is having an excuse to consume half your body weight in snack food. Like just a big old bowl of snacks. I suppose you could call it a Super Bowl full of snacks. Which then begs the question, what do you fill that Super Bowl of snacks with? I mean, sure, you could go with the safe and standard chips and salsa route, the southern option of pork rinds, or the neglected child of the food world, pretzel sticks. Or you could go ham on that Super Bowl by creating the single loudest chip ever concocted inside of a kitchen. A chip that is like biting into a firework. Bam! Right there. A chip that is so loud that it makes your neighbors cover their ears. Because let's be honest, nothing is more fun than getting together with your friends to watch something on the big screen only to then proceed to annoy them with the sounds of your obnoxious crunching. This episode is with apologies to anyone with misophonia. That's right, theorists. Today we're looking at what it takes to fry up the crunchiest chip for all your snacking needs. This episode was actually suggested back during our generic food episode by one of you guys down in the comments, Durjoy Das, who suggested that we research, test, and then create the chip with the loudest possible crunch. What would it be made of? Potato? Corn? Something else? What cooking method would we need to use? Baked? Kettle cooked? Deep fried? How loud could we possibly get a single chip to crunch? So that, my friends, is exactly what we're doing in the kitchen today. We'll start off by munching on a bunch of brand name chips from the store to measure their crunch, and hopefully we'll see what patterns emerge from the data. From there, we'll be able to take that information and apply it to our own rounds of experiments to try and develop one singular perfect chip. One chip to rule them all. So how loud is too loud, my friends? We'll just have to wait and see what breaks first. My eardrums or my stomach. Say goodbye to all those New Year's resolutions about eating healthier, Matt. First things first, why are people even drawn to crunchy foods? Like, what's the appeal? It's actually an interesting question that science hasn't really looked into all that much. My personal hypothesis is that it involves another sense in the eating process. When you think about it, food activates 4 out of our 5 senses pretty reliably. We see the food, we feel the food around in our mouths, we can smell the food, and obviously we taste the food. But hearing food, yeah, that isn't something that you normally get. You don't normally get to hear
God, what jackalope?
or do you? Think about the that make your mouth water, the snap of biting into an apple, the fizzy pour of soda into a glass, the sizzle of a steak on the grill, and of course, the crunch of a chip as you crush it between your teeth. We suddenly activate all 5 senses in the eating experience, which gives us complete, satisfying, and positive feedback. And while that's just my personal hypothesis, I was able to find one study from the University of Oxford looking at the relationship between sound and taste. Pringles samples while he adjusted the level of the crunch being played back to them in their headphones. From there, the subjects were asked to rate the freshness of the chips, and although all the chips were exactly the same, the ones that had the crunch played at louder volumes were rated as fresher. And again, this largely makes sense when you think about the food world. Crunchy is often associated with fresh. Crunchy lettuce, snappy apples, grapes that pop in your mouth, it all indicates something at the peak of freshness, something that your body is trained to want to consume, up to a point, because let's just say that there is only diminishing returns on that crunchy factor, as I'm very quickly about to find out.
I have another lighter, I just don't know where it is right now. It's fine.
Excel, do what feels fresh.
How it feels to chew bubblegum.
I need water. Desperately. My fingers have literally shriveled up after all this.
Come on. They can't all be the same direction, can they? Probably are.
Not as salty as these chips.
Oh, there we go.
And, I didn't know where to put this into the script as a whole, but apparently Doritos was thinking about making a version of their classic chips with less crunch because they thought it would make it more specifically geared towards women. This is a clip from episode 316 of Freakonomics Radio where they interview the CEO of PepsiCo.
Watch a lot of the young guys eat the chips. They love their Doritos and they lick their fingers with great glee. Women, I think, would love to do the same, but they don't. They don't like to crunch too loudly in public.
So is there like a male and female version of chips that you're playing
I
with?
think she's been brainwashed by the masses.
We're getting ready to launch a bunch of them soon. For women,
Can't work on
no
these.
crunch,
I need to
the full
melt them.
taste profile.
I have to
Not
have a
so much
lighter.
of the flavor
It's
sticking
gotta
to
be
your
lighter in
fingers.
this
And how
mess.
can you put it in your purse?
Because women should be seen and not heard crunching their chips or licking their fingers, apparently. That's a big oof there, PepsiCo. Big oof. Maybe there's a reason we haven't seen these products come out. Anyway, back to today's experiment. Our first step in creating the crunchiest chip ever was sampling a bunch of different brands and seeing what traits, if any, were shared among the ones that were the loudest. So we set up the old decibel meter in the kitchen and got to tasting. Oh, do you not normally keep your decibel meter in the kitchen? You don't have a decibel meter at all? I don't know what I'm getting you for the holidays. At first, it started off fun. I hadn't had chips in a long time, so it was like a reunion with an old forgotten friend.
Come on.
Does a body good. But I quickly came to remember why I'd given them up in the first place. Like game theory shoots, because they did not want to eat them together.
Yeah.
So the treadmill for the next week.
Fucking yeah!
Way too much of a good thing. For our test, we gathered potato chips, obviously, but tried to get a sampling of other types of chips as well. Mixed veggie chips, corn, popcorn chips, as well as chips that represented different prep styles, like kettle cooked versus deep fried versus baked. According to Connecticut-based audiologist Nathan Bowman, the average noise level of someone chewing a potato chip should land somewhere between 25 and 35 decibels. But in our tests, we were actually finding the number to be much higher than that. 59.
68.
After averaging 5 good crunches for each of 17 different brands of chips, we had our numbers. Mostly, everything fell in a similar range of 55 to 65 decibels, but there were some very clear trends that stood out amongst the kings of the crunch. First, both of our top spots went to exotic vegetable chips, Simple Truth and Terra Original. Chips that were a mixed bag of taro, sweet potato, batata, and yucca. Yeah, it's pronounced yucca. I looked it up. It came as a surprise to me, too. Yeah, Yossi, our audio guy, called that one out. Thanks for looking out for me, Yossi. Yucca? I always thought it was yucca. Learn something new every day. Anyway, I did a little digging afterward and found a comment thread that discusses how Terra chips are, quote, abnormally hard and crunchy, which means that we were clearly on the right track and that our experiment was lining up with other people's anecdotal evidence about things. The next 2 spots were potato chips, but specifically kettle-cooked potato chips. This meant that I needed to do some research into kettle chips, since, at the time, all I knew about them was that they're the type that you buy whenever you want to have cuts in the roof of your mouth. But Harold McGee, author who writes about chemistry of food science and cooking, explains that the kettle method is really just a slower way of frying these things in batches. You see, adding each new batch of potatoes to the fryer drops the temperature of the oil every time. As a result, the potatoes take slightly longer to cook, giving the remaining starch in the potatoes time to absorb moisture and dissolve before the potato finishes frying. This results in a thicker and sturdier chip. So it seemed like we had our 2 major variables variables that were boosting overall crunch: exotic root veggies and a kettle cooking process. It's also worth noting, of all the chips that I tested, the potato-based Pringles actually registered the least noisy crunch. Why? Well, Pringles aren't made from sliced potatoes like most other chips. Instead, they're made from dried potato flakes that are then machine molded back into that signature chip shape. As such, while they certainly taste great and are incredibly consistent in color, shape, and flavor, the fact that they've already been chopped up and reformed diminishes the overall crunch. I was also surprised to see how poorly corn tortilla chips performed on the list, riding in the low to mid end of the pack. But after doing a
tiny
bit of
little
research, I
jackalope.
learned that the crunch of a chip is ultimately decided by the moisture content prior to frying. When something gets dropped into the boiling oil, be it a potato slice, pork skin, or a bit of tortilla, the moisture in each individual cell of the chip immediately vaporizes. This is the bubbling that you see happening whenever something gets dropped into a fryer. This is what gives you that hard outer crust that makes frying so delicious and satisfying. You are, in essence, dehydrating the chip. From there, the oil rushes in to fill the space that the water left behind. The moisture available prior to the frying, the longer it will be in the fryer, and the crunchier the final product will be.
It's gonna have to be
The problem with
this.
many tortilla chips is that they're made
This
for quick
size, but-
frying, meaning that they're starting from a point of less moisture, as opposed to something like, say, a potato slice or veggie wedge. Veggie wedgie? Veggie wedgie. That's what we're going with. Lastly, we learned from this initial experimentation that 1/8 of an inch thickness seemed to be the ideal size for a chip. Anything thinner seemed to be cooking too quickly and wasn't solid enough to create a good solid snap. So, to summarize, we needed a potato or other root vegetable that was cooked kettle style at a medium 1/8 thickness. But which root vegetable? And how best to prepare it? It was time for the next phase of data collection. It's like the opening of Iron Chef, where he takes like the raw pepper and he goes,
Unequity!
You're gonna want to spit that out.
First, we wanted to test what prep method would deliver the best results. Online recipes all suggest soaking or rinsing your potatoes out to remove excess starch prior to the frying, but they all suggest different ways of doing that. So, using 3 batches of russet potatoes, we created 3 groups based on the most popular recommendations from those online recipes: soaking the potatoes in water, soaking in a vinegar-water mixture, and parboiling, or partially boiling the potatoes. They're not crispy yet, they're still flaccid, sad chips.
Stop. I know you're gonna eat that. Stop.
Maybe I'm just hungry, Steph. Maybe I am calorically in need right
We
now.
have 10 bags of chips over there.
That's a good point. Thank you. Thank you for calling it out. After soaking the first 2 groups for 25 minutes and parboiling the third, we threw small batches of potatoes into the fryer at 302 degrees Fahrenheit. We specifically chose to use safflower oil in the fryer because that's what showed up on all the websites for
My
the
lighter's
4
going
top
off.
crunchy chip competitors from round 1.
Then, freshly cut chips fly directly into a vat of a special bubbling hot oil that's low in saturated fats.
We use a very specific type of safflower oil because of its neutral taste.
But just because I used it didn't mean that I knew what I was doing at the time. What is a safflower? Have I ever seen a safflower in life? Yes, past Matt Pat, safflower is indeed a flower. It's actually part of the sunflower family, but it looks more like a pokey thistle. The reason many restaurants and chip manufacturers use safflower oil for their frying is because it has a higher smoke point than other commonly used oils like sunflower and canola. A smoke point is the temperature at which fat begins to smoke, so in general, safflower oil leads to a more stable and safer cooking experience. Much to everyone's surprise, after salting and cooling our 3 batches, it immediately became clear that parboiling delivered the strongest crunch.
They all made a fair showing, honestly, but the winner is, I mean, by several decibels, like, seems to be the parboiled.
Yeah, I was gonna say, parboiled seems to be the way to go. It feels sturdier, it feels more crunchy in our mouth, even though every single one was prepared the exact same way. So on average, parboil is yielding the crunchiest of the 3 preparation methods. Now, the question is, which vegetable is actually going to yield the crunchiest? Even Ollie agreed.
Bean, here's one more that we have to test.
What do you think? How's that on the crunchy scale? Super crunch!
Shit.
Nice! Though I gotta say, if you're ever looking at making salt and vinegar chips, you just let the potatoes
Damn it,
soak in a
that
light mix
sucks.
of vinegar before boiling. That's all you need to do, and they wind up
The lighter
delicious.
just
From there, it was time for our final
friggin'
round,
popped,
testing all the different
and then
vegetables
covered in
that
lighter
we
fuel
find,
now.
using everything that we
Not
learned on the
evaporating,
farm.
but
Selected
still.
8 different vegetables.
I don't know if I have another lighter.
Potatoes, beets, celery, rutabaga, and
Yes.
turnips. We sliced, we parboiled.
Yeah. The bottom just popped off, and that sucks. Where was the other one of these? Did I throw it in my haste? Is it on the floor? I don't know what I did with the other one. Did anybody watch when I threw it? Before I ran out of here? You're fucking empty. Okay, here's this one. Did anyone see what I did with the other one? The one that I just smoothed out. It must be on the floor. In the mess of everything that's down there. Fuck me. No, you're going to go. I'll let you around. Oh, rude. What did I do? Did I? Shit. Oh, I want to get that done tonight. Okay. Plan B. Yeah, well, glue gun would have had a problem with that. Yep, and dropped it. Now I don't know where it is. Now watching it back to find out where it went, so I'll just have to improvise for now. Alright, back to chips, I guess.
We heated up the safflower oil to 300 degrees, and then we threw them all into the fryer, batch by batch, kettle style. Once they were out, Stephanie struggled to get into position to try and get footage off the decibel meter.
Oh, I did a gluten workout yesterday.
With all grace and speed.
I'm really sore, sorry. I didn't realize how serious getting up on the counter was going to be today.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
YouTube is a young man's game. And from there, it was time for the final crunch test. We're gonna take 3 samples from each type of chip. We're gonna add...
Now that's putting it with milk chocolate.
Alright, I'll be right back.
M&M's. It's more fun
Actually,
together.
no. I'm gonna do that one too.
We're gonna add... So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 3 samples from each of our different chip types. From there, Stephanie's gonna be recording the maximum decibels that the meter hears. We'll take the average, and from there we'll determine what is the ultimate crunchy chip. Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Order.
Great. All right, let's do this. Let's start with the basic guys. We have our golden and our russet. So let's start with some golden potato first and foremost.
The maximum we're getting is like 63.
There, I will say they feel kind of soggy. That's golden potato, roughly 63. Next, russet potato.
That was 64.
Nice. So potatoes, an okay showing, not great. I think now let's move on to, what do we got? Okay, sweet potato. These guys look promising. Ooh, these are, look at how beautiful these are. Whoa. It's wild when you look through.
59.
Yam. I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
58.
I was gonna say that one. This one feels soft.
All right, what do we got up next?
Rutabaga.
Rutabaga.
Here we go.
Oh, 64.5, I think
good one.
that was.
That was a good one. Turn up.
Turn up for what?
Next.
We're down to our final 2 competitors. Celery and beet.
By the way, it's celery root, not like the green stuff you get at the store.
I had questions, so yeah, thank you for clarifying.
62.4. I actually like beet
All
chips,
right.
and so I'm kind of rooting for these guys. 57.2.
And the final verdict? Yeah, we made some delicious chips. That being said, there's some beautiful
Alright,
chips.
I'm gonna slap some paint on these. I'll be right back.
Actually, they're delicious. Except for maybe the celery root.
Let's see. Pink and green. Purple and green. Purple and blue?
Celery.
You're gonna have to deal with that for a minute.
Celeriac flavor on the back end there.
It's a little bit like an oily salad. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know how you like lose calories when you chew celery? This is not that. But were our decibel readings able to topple the crunch factor of the store-bought brands? No, we were right in the pocket alongside everybody else's decibel readings, but our crunch optimizations weren't quite enough to topple the leader of the Terra chips. Don't get me wrong, our concoctions tasted great and had a solid crunch, but was it the eardrum-splitting supersonic crunch that I was hoping for? No, not quite. I wanted stuff that could be heard across the street, not just down the hall.
So the question of who is our winner so far?
Yeah.
It's a pretty dead even heat, honestly, which makes sense because we prepared them all very similarly.
Yeah.
But actually, I think the original golden potato is a strong contender, and maybe a little on the yam side.
Maybe a little, yeah. It's interesting. I wonder if thicker might have been slightly better, because right now I feel like I'm able to crunch them really easily. I think if there was a little bit more resistance and a little bit more thickness in the chip, you would get more of that cracking through it sound, as opposed to the like collapsing that seems to be happening. In the end, our russet potato chips came out on top by a very slim margin, but really everyone was sitting in that 55 to 60 decibel range. Honestly, I think that we were successful at maxing out the crunch of the chips that we made, but maybe doing another few rounds a bit thicker, or keeping them in a bit longer, or double frying might have made the difference. And there you have it, theorists. Homemade potato chips and all of the knowledge that you need to maximize the crunch. As of right now, the Terra chips are our undisputed crunch champions, but I have a feeling I'll be back. I'm learning, I'm growing, improving. And hey, I highly recommend that you try out this experiment for yourself in your own kitchen. It's not all that difficult to do, and I gotta admit, it makes you feel like a legit chef in the kitchen. I never thought that I would make potato chips for myself, and I gotta say, fresh chips blow away anything that you get in the store, at least the first couple handfuls. Plus, if you have any recommendations for us to try in the next round of experiments to topple the Terra, let me know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to drink so much water. That was way too much salt and way too much oil for one day. I'm gonna be on the treadmill.
Okay, stop.
Talked a lot about salty things.
You too,
today.
for a
The
minute.
level of salt we covered is
Ah, that's annoying. Quite lovely they are, quite lovely. Oh god, heartburn. I guess you're not gonna get finished tonight because your horns need to dry. So let's see what else we can do. I want to do an experiment. So, I don't know if you'll work. I do need to make a couple more stash jars. So maybe I'll be working on those instead.
nothing compared to the saltiness of King Theorist without their morning coffee. Especially Head Editor Dan without his morning coffee. Actually, coffees. There's at least 3 of them within the first hour. But thanks to our sponsor for today's episode, Cometeer, my meetings with Dan and the others are decidedly less salty because the coffee is coming fast and directly to their doors. Cometeer is a smarter, faster way of making barista quality coffee because it's brewed using science. And you know that all of us here on the channel are hardcore believers in the power of science to better...
Sure, we'll try. Finish Gabby playing.
Well, obviously those are not right. Maybe I need to... Let's try one. Maybe I need to create the drawing. Put all the elements together.
Oh, I was going to say, I've already gouged your eyes out, but nope, they're in there. I can fix it.
Too many windows. So what happens if I go through here?
I don't have anything with red on it.
Okay, this is the right one.
I don't know if these clown faces are going to sell very well.
Okay.
To be honest.
Echo, thanks for the raid. The clouds aren't right. The sun? No.
I'm not going to get a chance to make one of the bowl monsters.
The car should be on the left.
No. That one's got potential. I need to finish it.
Sunny, cloudy.
It's not bad.
Are these the same ones over and over? I thought I was like picking the elements of
Let's see.
the drawing that I need.
Your
These
page
ones
is
are
something different.
clouds. Closest match each time, maybe, yeah. These don't seem right at all. Oh, now the tower's in the right spot. Oh. We're wearing green and pink. Oh, and it's tall grass. Oh, there is a sun there. Oh, shit. I think the symbol on the door tells you the corridor will be all about that object's placement. So should we go through this to kind of like move the people around? Oh. Oh, yeah. That was a very good one. Maybe we should go back. So what is this one? The people. Well, I want that one. Like, this is almost the same. It's just the sun. Only the sun is missing. So sun door? There is no sun door. Is there? Maybe next one? So I have to go through this one now? Now put the sun on the left. Oh, it's none of these. Dang it.
Go.
I'm so close. Should I go through the sun one again? Did you lose something here? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. When you go through a door, it changes something in the picture on the floor. Oh, on the floor. What if you made it look like the picture you're carrying with you? Oh, this is it. Literally just figured it out. I got the hint in standing in front of the right door.
It's gonna be close if I can get it around.
Hello, Annie. One last piece falls into place. Congratulations, you've earned it.
The moment I heard your first cry, my world fell apart.
I don't have
But
to
now
do this.
you were here. There was no place for Dawn. And then I heard another cry from behind that screen. It was you, or a part of you. I could feel it, but in a place beyond reach. You were all alone and helpless. The only thing a father has to do is protect his child.
So it is part of
I
me.
couldn't. Everything I kept track of her, of you. She was.
I just had the lid for this.
We saw
deserves
those
to be all
markings.
love. Whatever I tried to bring her, nothing worked. I could see her through that screen, but she was so far from us. Horrible things down there. Try to trigger that camera.
You did that? Holy shit.
Nothing worked. I ran. I took us from here. Pretended like this was all a nightmare. But this house, it has a mind of its own. It wanted to be forgotten. It wanted to disappear. She's been calling to me ever since I heard her cry through that camera. And now I'm here.
Okay, I'm clear.
Way out. This place, it's a cell. A darkened box. We're all trapped here. Inside a memory. It's me, you, and her. Why would she give me that camera? God, I wish I was out of here. Get out of here now!
I felt like he was going to come out of the TV and push me for a second there.
You came back for her.
Okay. Well, let's see what's through the door then. Man, it's so crazy showing this house at the start and you have no idea what all of it means. Oh my god. I am this house. This house is me. I am the walls that guard it from the outside. The walls are me. I am in every speck of dust and every fading dream. I will never leave. Whoa. Okay. Oh my god. That's the house. That's so cool. Should I just walk there? Can I walk on the water? Okay. Are we gonna set it free? Oh. This is not our dad, is it? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Let's see if this body will fit.
Wait. What am I doing here?
The body's bigger, but the neck is smaller, so maybe that'll just be what I need.
Rotate it. What is happening?
The neck will fit. I don't know if I can get the head on there with enough. I don't think it'll be close
Okay,
enough.
she's
No.
staying. So that's good. Try this. No, now it's blackening. Maybe I need to just be quick. Oh, there we go.
That's the closest I can get.
Okay, a little weird. But I got it. What am I holding? Oh, a head.
I know it's 10 o'clock at night, okay.
No, this part. Do it quick. Ah, damn it.
Neck.
Yeah, when I put her in there, she's already. Oh. Okay. Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that. What can I start with? That's not immediately. Okay, so that fills up immediately, so I shouldn't do that one. Or do I? No, it just throws it out.
You can put a cover on this one.
What can I
Because
start with?
it's right up against the fur, and if I put pink, you'll see pink through the fur.
Okay, maybe that one. Yeah. Where's her head? Oh, there. Okay, that's good. Oh, it's whatever touches the floor starts seeping with the black stuff. Oh, okay. So you just build it from top down. I get it. Took me a bit.
Dad,
Pumpkinhead.
headaches again? You're scaring me. Could you please just go to the doctor's?
Don't worry, sweetie. I'm fine.
How am I going to draw that on? Sharpie?
Last one.
I mean,
It comes in threes.
it's basic, but it'll work.
Walls around me.
How's this curtain? Thought it was hair. Start with the heads. What is that? Is it a pent leg? It's an arm, isn't it? Huh. Ah, that's where the arm is. Okay. Let's do this, then that, and that. Nailed it.
Gonna let me through?
Play the tail fast.
You can't do it
Standing
by
on her toes.
yourself.
Yeah, cute.
Come home, Annie.
Oh. Are we going this way? Was this here before? Oh. I don't think so. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, it's the attic, right? Cool. Are we gonna match up our feet? Are we gonna touch hands? Whoa! Whoa! The world ended. Oh my god.
This is
Yes,
just
this is so
washable
dope.
marker, so. At least it's supposed to be.
Oh, this is so cool. Go home, Annie, go home, Annie, go home, Annie, go home, Annie. I'm working on it.
The spiral where worlds collide.
Right, it's a spiral. Baby. I'm baby. It me, baby.
There we go.
We need to free him. Let's take a walk between worlds.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, this seems important.
This is the wrong one, isn't it? I went all the way upstairs and got the wrong one.
Tree symbol.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that was on Mom's
You
locket.
are black.
Also, isn't this the stuff from the bucket? Okay, I can't. Go in there. This is so wild. Oh, here. Yeah. Oh my god. This is crazy. Ooh. We're gonna reflect the light. Touch crystal. Ah. Oh, and we can see it. Oh, that is so cool. See the reflection. Okay. Okay. But how am I gonna move this? Can I move? Oh, now I can move this. Okay. No. Okay. Leave it there. Underwater. Switch. What the fuck? So there. Holy shit, dude. That is so cool.
Is it worth turning my head? I can't see anything.
The puzzles are crazy. Oh, that's not our house anymore. Oh, we're so being tricked. I don't trust it for a second. What are we releasing onto this world? What was Mom's plan? Looks like I'm gonna have to... Ah, okay.
This is such a black marker. It's so lovely.
So,
I'm high as fuck right now,
so
smelling
the
it
first
though.
beam is safe. Do you think I have to jump? Jump and switch? Let's try it.
There we go. What? Don't fucking fall, you dumbass.
No!
Alright, go
way.
dry.
That is so
What do you think?
cool. Okay.
Decent on camera anyway.
And I have to go here, right?
Leave him for a couple of days to dry. See if I can fit your tiny little body in the neck of this bottle. I don't care.
And I have to go here, right?
Like, it's so tight. Don't know if it'll work.
That's insane.
I can make it fit.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Yes, but still. What do you mean, want?
Uh-huh. Where's this one pointing to?
I need a pumpkin patch for his foot. Doesn't make any sense with
Where
the
do we
hearts
need
on
to
him.
go?
I wonder if I can pick that off.
Oh, down there? Oh my god, we're gonna send it all the way up? Are you kidding
I'm
me?
gonna have to get some white satin thread
Okay, there's
sooner
nothing.
rather than later.
I can't move that one. Can I lower this?
No, you're just not going to work, and I'm sorry, but I can't do it. You won't fit. The other one's not.
Well, I can go up.
The other one, the neck is too big, and you're too tall.
And this is maybe the...
Roar.
Yes, I totally figured it out. Oh my god.
And you're not exactly food safe. You'll fit, but you're just kind of there. Tiny. It's not worth it.
This is so fucking cool. Are you kidding me?
Go
I
back
can't
to
believe I've
this.
slept on this game for so long. Half like mad with myself. I don't know where it's safe to stand. Nope.
Maybe I can pull it tight enough.
Okay, how do I get up there then?
That'll be probably all I can do.
So
You
there
just
I
have
can
to make
stand?
these, stop making it perfect.
Okay. So should I jump? Maybe? Yeah. Okay. And then I can go from... Are those fingers? Oh. Here?
Yes, I have 9.
Oh, and like the little red indicator is where you need to stand.
Dad. Dad, I'm almost...
Oh, it is Dad!
Dad.
Can we see where the light's going? I don't really know where I need to be. Okay, it's red here, so let's try that. Great.
It's gonna be tight.
Oh, it's all connecting.
I mean, it is a monster, so... It
Daddy?
have big stitches on him, but that is not the point of this.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
There we go.
Oh my god, don't look at the waves. Jesus Christ. Dad, I'm coming! Hold on!
Still need to put you in place. So you don't, you know,
Don't collapse now.
spin. I did that one time. I didn't secure it. The head spun around like a exorcism.
You can't stop me! Ooh, Jesus. You can very well stop me, but I'm getting lucky. Are we good? No, back at the house. House in the house. Oh, it's snow.
Oh, shit, no, that's not right.
Hello? Still don't trust it. I don't have a camera to bring you back.
This is not
How
the
am I gonna do
lid?
that?
Oh, no. It has to be. It's the coffee one. Are you slipping because of all this shit?
Where should we go? Can I open the presents? Wait, is it actually?
My dearest girl. I've failed you. Both of you.
Dad. Save your strength. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. She's here. We're all together now.
You're all grown up.
Yeah, I wonder how much time has passed for the dad.
Like your mother. Please. Forgive me.
No. You did what you had to do for me. For us.
Let it take me from you. But you don't need to suffer for our mistakes. You don't need to suffer.
I still don't trust it. Oh!
What do I do? What do I do?
Where is he? Yeah, what happens to you if you die in this dimension? Oh. Oh. We have to be able to meet up with our other self, right? Oh, free your father. Oh, that's good. That sounds nice. Wait, what? No, 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 no. Is this actually the end? No. Is it? No! I'm waiting for a bit to fake out again, but... So what happened to the other version of me that didn't age? Do you think we actually did merge back into one when we touched our fingies? So we became whole, and then we're able to go between all of the dimensions to be able to free our dad. I don't know why he was trapped like that, though. The way it felt was like Mom had powers, and maybe she knew that her kid would have the same powers as her. But then because she died during childbirth, maybe something went wrong and we got like split between dimensions. And she gave Dad the camera to make sure he had the power to travel between them. By being filmed at birth, she got the replica and fused to become both. That's true, she really was insistent on filming the childbirth. But the mom wasn't in there, the part of us was in there. Oh, here's all the SCPs. To the cleverest, this one. Oh. I was wondering how many I was missing. The architect, I didn't realize I was reading about. Forgetful goldfish is the one we put in the bucket. Smokey was the cop. I don't know which one was the immortality. Is that the bucket, maybe? I didn't see the tickle monster at all. Oh, I must have missed some files. That's sad. I was really trying to be thorough, but I must have still missed some computers with entries, maybe. Frank was awesome. I hope Frank is okay. He was a good egg. A good not deer. I loved the bananas entry. That was awesome, though. The ending maybe is a little vague on a couple of things, but the way I see it, I think we kind of like came into our powers fully now. And Dad was just kind of like holding on until we managed to do that. Like Dad was there to make sure we would find our way to him. Oh my God. I'm an SCP now. 4? Why am I 4? Oh shit.
This is your last warning.
Yes! That was awesome. That was so good. Yeah, poor John and Ray. I mean, they knew they were screwed, really. They basically helped an SCP become super powerful and escape, so they're done for. That was a great SCP game. Holy shit. What was the other one we played again a long time ago? SCP Secret Files. If you liked this one and you haven't seen the Secret Files, I definitely recommend that one as well. Played it 3 years ago. SCP Secret Files. That one was great as well. Another banger. Thanks for voting this for today. That was awesome.
You can win millions of prizes with the ugly exclusive $1 ticket.
Looking for another one of these. I have one. Maybe not in here.
Today's adventure is brought to you by the Favorite Critical Awards. Stay tuned and find out who claim the ultimate prize.
Can you toss that back up here?
Make a good use of your parts, Yamika.
Oh, shut up. What are you doing? I'm hiding from Kane. I think I overheard him talking to Paul about an in-the-house event.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
Ken, there's
on my room too late. Sorry, just started singing Daisy Bell in front of my door. It's creepy.
Do you really do that?
I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, Kane!
You fucking asshole!
Yes, Jax?
Look, it's Zubul.
Fuck you!
Ah, there you are. Now I don't have to do the snap summon thing. And I'm glad I found you. We need even numbers, because today's adventure is a team adventure. Meet you guys up on stage in, let's say, 5.7 minutes.
Great. Didn't even ask him about the singing thing.
The what?
Today's adventure is gonna be a bit of a short one due to the Favorite Character Awards. But it'll be a perfect opportunity to showcase your guys' strengths to the press.
This is so heavy.
That's right, Bubble. Seeing you all play bat-ball a few days ago really got me thinking. We should do our own sporting event, but with cool new sports invented by yours truly.
Help me, Kane.
We could also just play softball normally this time.
Yeah.
In the Cane Leagues, we have the 400-meter vertical skedaddle, bisection boogie egg ball, lateral hijinks, orange sport, ball run, walk ball, run walk, and ball. These sports are surely going to...
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm not gonna be on a team with that one.
Zubul, why does all you do is complaining? I never know what you want.
We had a whole suggestion box for that.
Yeah, Zubul and I constantly say we like more chill and relaxing adventures.
Did you really not like my softball one?
I'm not big into sports, sorry.
The suggestion box just causes interpersonal drama, and me no likey.
All right. You really want to know what I want?
Oh no.
I want the ability to have sex.
No way. Are we finally having this conversation?
Oh, hi, Zubul.
Do you have any of that stupid sauce left?
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, how teamwork is essential to making the dream work.
Tell that to him. He's the one that fucks everything all the time.
You are in a mood today, aren't you?
Now, you know what they say about assuming. It makes an ass out of you and Ming.
Ming?
Did Kane just say ass?
Hi, I'm Ming, and I really don't appreciate what your assumptions have done to my reputation.
You made a whole guy for that?
Whatever the case, it's evident now that there's quite a bit of tension between you all. So maybe what we actually need to do are trust exercises.
I'm not falling into Jax's arms, if that's what you mean.
Don't worry, this will be a two-way trust exercise, where you'll each have to trust each other to not betray the other person. This is a private room where nobody can see or hear you once inside. And this is a loaded gun.
Oh boy.
Character A will take the gun into the private room and empty it out of all its ammunition, then come out and give it to Character B. Character B will then take the gun and shoot themselves in the head, trusting that Character A emptied it in the private room. Character A will also have to trust that Character B won't turn the gun on them, so everyone is incentivized to follow the rules and trust each other.
Sounds a little convoluted.
You look convoluted! Anyway, Jax, why don't you start?
But him!
Wait, what am I doing? I wasn't paying attention. Huh?
Or, yeah, we could all just shoot each other. Here, have guns. I don't care anymore.
Hooray!
Wait, that's just it? Here's guns and have fun?
I didn't say have fun.
It's just a little aimless.
Use the sights.
Kane!
Ugh, fine! We're bringing teams back. Pair up in teams of 2, you all get 3 lives, last team surviving is the winner. Happy?
Really?
Well, that's not my problem right now. I have an awards show to plan, so you guys are gonna have to handle yourselves for a bit. You get 5 minutes to figure the teams out. Once that's up, it's a free-for-all.
Just discovered the best money-saving travel hack for vacation rentals. I always use Verbo to find the coziest...
You get 5 minutes to figure the teams out. Once that's up, it's a free-for-all.
Come on, Sadie. You're coming with me.
I'm
actually gonna be on a team with Zubul.
What? No, you're not. We've been together for every team adventure in the past.
Guess times are changing, bunny boy.
Hey, you wanna be on my team?
I'd love to, but, well, I really don't want Kinger to get stuck with Jax.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could be on Kinger's team. He and I were together once, and it wasn't too bad.
And have me?
Yeah, just forget I asked. I'll be on Jax's team.
Wait!
Like you said, probably good to keep Kinger and Jax separate. I can keep Jax in check, so don't worry about me.
Hey, Pomni? If you ever need to talk to somebody, or need help with anything, I'm here.
You have a partner yet?
Well, look who it is. You sure you can handle me in all my glory?
I've been through worse. Hey, Zubul, do you want to hold on to this during today's game?
Huh?
I don't really trust myself that much with it. And I also just really want to be able to fire a Tommy gun while laughing maniacally, and I don't want to break it before I get that chance.
I'll keep it safe for you. Huh? Oh, wait, what? That counted? Kane?
What? Oh, yeah, the guns have been teleported to random spots in the circus. Go find them, champs!
Wait, Kane! I'm missing a life!
There's no time! It'll be my pleasure murdering all of you.
Have fun, guys!
You're so lame.
Aha! You little devil! All right, now I would bet our biggest concerns would be Jax and Zubul. They're the youngest, so they probably still have some youthful fighting spirit.
Man, I'm still missing a heart. This isn't fair.
Oh, I've got just the thing. Here, take this.
Oh, you're not gonna fit.
Wait. What did you just do? What's that?
It's a butterfly. You can restore your health.
Did Kane mention that?
Oh, nah. I made it up.
What?
So, who you gonna kill first, Pom Pom?
I don't know if I'll really be doing much of the killing. I'll just find guns for you, and you can do all the violent stuff. You like that, right?
You know none of this is real, right?
Oh, what do you mean? Like the circus?
The game today is literally to shoot each other. So what's the point in taking this moral high ground?
Well, they're my friends. I don't really want to hurt them.
All right, let me be real here. Why do you care about that?
About not hurting my friends?
Look, I know what it's like. One day you're somebody in the real world doing important things. Then the next you're just a weird little cartoon jester. You want to hold on to that part of you that still thinks it's part of that world. But in the end, what does it get you? Ragatha tries to be all nice and friendly, but she gets torn up every other adventure. Like it or not, all we are now is a bunch of cartoon characters. So what's the point of pretending we're not?
We're still people, though, right?
I thought we were at first, but as time goes on, we just end up falling into our archetypes. Become part of the machine.
What's your archetype, then? The villain?
Listen, I add a key dynamic. I see how far I can push things. I screw with people, and I break the fourth wall. You want to know why? It's 'cause it's funny. I do everything 'cause it's funny. 'Cause I'm the funny one.
The funny one?
Yeah. Ragatha's the cheerful one, Gangle's the sad one, Kinger's the crazy one, Zubal's the grumpy one, and you are the one who hasn't figured that out yet. We all just became archetypes. I at least have the self-awareness to choose who I am.
The funny one.
So who do you want to be? No better chance than now to try something new. You want to go nuts? You want to finally work off those weeks of rage and anguish that have been building up inside you? I know you hate it here. Everyone does. But the silver lining is you can pretty much do whatever you want. Like, look at the way you're aiming that gun. Too realistic. Just let loose.
I think my neighbors just bottomed out in the driveway.
What the heck? Today, I'm just gonna be evil. How's that?
Go for it.
Yeah, those other fools better watch their tails because they're going to face the wrath of Pomni the Evil!
It's kind of cringe.
Are we really gonna be shooting each other with these?
It's either shoot or get shot. Ragatha! There's a sniper around this corner.
I think I got Kinger.
Are you sure we're safe up here?
Tactical roll! Come on, Ragatha.
Looks like we've located the king and the ragdoll.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, let's get him!
I don't even really know how to fire a gun. I don't know how much use I'd be in.
Whoops, did I do that?
You missed a spot.
Ha, you're so cool.
Ragatha, take cover!
I'll take Rags, you go Kinger.
Rightio, evil bro.
I need a gun, need a gun, need a gun! Come on, man. Kinger, really use another one of those butterflies.
Howdy, howdy.
I know exactly what you're doing with Pomni. It'll never work.
Huh?
You know, getting close with Pomni to corrupt her. Wait, no, wait. Oh, wow, I didn't actually think that'd work. Oh.
I lost Kinger, but I got him down to 1 life.
I lost a life, but I got us down to 1 Kinger.
How'd you let her take a life off you?
I don't really know.
Did you know CPP Investments has helped grow the CPP fund to over $700 billion in just over 25 years, turning it into one of the best performing pension funds in the world. Just one more reason we can all be proud to be Canadian.
Hey, I found this AK thing. If we can't find the Tommy gun, will this work?
Yeah. Do you think Jax is gonna be mad that I didn't team up with him?
I wouldn't worry about him right now. It's all just a game in the end.
It's Jax, though.
God damn it.
He probably wants revenge. And he's gonna make it painful.
Hey, you deserve better than thinking about him when he's not even here. You're a human. You're not his toy.
It sometimes doesn't feel that way.
These these Avatar gimmicks, huh? Makes you wonder why no one else got them.
I just wish that... How are you supposed to like the part of yourself that just makes you worse than everyone else?
'Cause it exists. It's a part of you that's real. And the only you that you should care about is the real you. You have to choose to love yourself, even if it doesn't make sense. It's not natural, it's intentional.
Have you ever had to make that choice?
Huh?
Sorry, I mean, of course not. You're Zubul.
Whatever happens, I've got your back if you've got mine.
Yeah. Now let's go kill Pomni and Jax.
Alright, here's one. What's with the corn thing?
What corn thing?
Why are you afraid of corn? And don't say that you're not. You literally did twice when you saw some.
Not gonna let me out of this one. Well, I don't know, it's got a bunch of little pods on it. Looks kind of like an egg sac or something. It's gross. Makes my skin crawl.
Interesting. Do you have like a type of trypophobia?
What's that?
A fear of lots of little holes. Okay. How about pomegranates?
Awful.
I'm learning a lot about you today.
Let's not forget we're here to kill people. We still need to find out where Nutso went before we can rest easy.
I'm right behind you, aren't I?
There he is!
Whoops, sorry.
I hope you guys are ready for my ricochet super move!
Oh, here's the light.
Huh.
High five!
Yeah!
What a game! Who knew Pomni could be such a sharpshooter? These adventures, huh? And look, even though we lost, at least we gave it our all, right? You feeling all right? Are you upset that we lost? Are you upset about something else? You want to talk about it?
I think I might have failed Pomni. Just like I failed Jax. I tried too hard to get on their good side, and then I just end up pushing them away. And then they end up hating me.
Well, I don't think anyone in here hates you.
Jax does. Gangle and Circus don't ever talk to me, and Pomni probably won't after today either. She came to me wanting to be on my team. I said no. Why did I do that?
Maybe you just needed a break. It sounds to me like you put a lot of pressure on yourself to be there for everyone. When you're not, you beat yourself up for it. You said you failed Pomni. Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I feel like every day we're drifting further apart. Like she's seen through all my tricks and doesn't trust me anymore. Before I know it, she'll be a different person. One who doesn't even want me around.
The way I see it,
It's
relationships
adorable.
are two
I like the contrasting colors.
And sometimes it doesn't make sense to do all the heavy lifting when the other isn't in the mood. We all go through and deal with things differently, and sometimes you just need to let people do things their own way. As long as you're still there when they need you. Giving someone space should never be the same as giving up on them.
I don't even know what I want. I just want everyone to be happy. And I don't want people to hate me.
Do you hate yourself? I hated myself. I couldn't help but hate myself for the things I thought I was responsible for. I thought I'd lost everything. But then you showed up. And my outlook just changed. There are always ways to show you care without ruining yourself over it. You need to look out for yourself in all this, too.
I don't get it. So often nothing you say makes any sense, but then you have these moments where you... I don't know. How do you do that? How have you been around for so long?
I guess I just have a resilient mind.
Breathtaking! The committee's gonna love that. Breathtaking! The committee's gonna love that.
Are they still following us?
Are you still following us?
Yeah, we're still following you.
Where else could we be? They're still following us.
All right, this is a long one. We're gonna have to run. Let's go! Oh, we got so unlucky with the drops here.
It's time.
Why'd you stop shooting? You out of ammo?
Why'd you stop? You out of ammo?
Got any ammo left?
I have one in the cylinder and one sniper round, but no sniper rifle.
Shit.
I'm not gonna give this one
You're
fabulous.
just gonna hide in your room?
Coward!
Huh.
Daisy,
Daisy, give me your answer.
Are you seriously gonna start singing that?
I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon my seat of a bicycle built for two.
Oh, wait! I have a key to Zubal's room.
I can get him.
Wait!
Trust me, partner, I got this.
Let me get working.
That's actual bullshit. Ow. Well, shit, man. I guess that's the end of that.
outside.
We did it! We make such a good team.
Well, to be fair, our competition wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, true. I suppose this is the part where one of us betrays the other.
Huh? Oh, yeah. You can betray me.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be a mutual thing.
Nah, go on. Do it.
I don't really want to.
Lame. Come on. I thought you were cool.
We could just be winners as a team.
We're not a team. Come on.
What do you mean? Yes, we are.
Delusional.
Weren't we kind of bonding over being chaotic evil together?
I was merely entertaining you because I thought it was funny. Are you gonna shoot me or what?
Did I do something wrong?
You sound like Ragatha right now. No wonder we're not a team.
No, I mean, we were doing fine, having fun, talking. But you suddenly
You're not committing. Do it.
If I shoot you right now, are we still gonna be friends afterwards?
What do you think?
We were never friends.
What about all that stuff you told me?
Yeah, I did tell you a lot, didn't I? I'm looking forward to thinking about that tomorrow.
No, we're not doing this. You're not gonna look me in the eye and tell me nothing we've been doing together meant anything to you, because I know that's not true.
Are you coming on to me? Yeah, that's what everybody wants. A straight couple.
Oh my god, can you take this seriously? Can you take anything seriously?
Dude, you're a cartoon clown. How am I supposed to take you seriously?
Nothing's coming off.
You reached out to me, not the other way around. You're just gonna pretend that didn't happen?
You must be misremembering.
Is this why you didn't show up to Kaufmo's funeral?
I don't show up to any funerals.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Because you're scared. You're scared you'll actually show a human emotion.
I'm scared I'll be bored to tears.
Have you ever thought that this might be what causes people to abstract in the first place?
Oh my god! Are you seriously gonna blame me for something that everybody else did too? You didn't even know it. You don't even know what people are like before they abstract. They are not pleasant to be around.
Not really horns.
At all.
Not really.
Sorry.
I'm sure you are. Oh, man. This is all sorts of embarrassing, huh? So, you gonna shoot me or what?
What would you do if I abstracted tomorrow?
I'd move on. And probably forget about you.
Okay. Okay. I understand.
Jeez, you really can't take a joke, can you?
You're not the funny one!
I don't think that counts. Hey, what are you doing?
Fight back!
Are you crazy?
I said fight back!
Stop! What's wrong with you?
Why didn't you fight back?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Because I didn't fight back, that means I secretly care about you? I'm just a misunderstood little chicken fetus in an egg that needs to be cracked open. Well, I am not. I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest. End of story. You are my playthings, and I get joy out of making you suffer. I'm the one who causes pain for fun. If I led you on, it was just to make this part hurt even more. means nothing more to me. So please, just stop looking.
Forge your collection of new Warhammer metal posters from Discblade. Original artwork on sleek and durable metal. Officially licensed and ready to collect. Summon your forces now at Discblade.com.
Okay. Oh, his ears gotta go on. I have one. Where's the other one? Where's the other ear? It's probably on the floor because I think that's where everything got blown when I was using the air gun.
Hey, I have something I like.
You can
speak
you
first.
go. Let's talk after the show.
Yeah, sounds good.
What if I put it in there? Would it be something I would do?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Favorite Character Award! Before anything starts, I'd like to thank the committee for examining our nominees and voting on our winners.
Where's the other one?
Shut up. What's an award show without honorable mentions in subcategories? That's right, it's bad!
I mean, I can put the decorations on first, and then put the ears on when I find them in a week or so. Because they're right behind me. Found it. There we go.
And the award for biggest sailor mouth goes to Zubul! All right, folks, it's now the moment you've all been waiting for.
Can't see the other ear.
For favorite character. Bubble, give me a drum roll. And the award for favorite character goes to... Why, it's me, everyone! Oh, wait, I misread that. It's me.
You shouldn't have assumed you won the award. And we both look foolish.
Alrighty. Now, let's see how many of them voted for me.
This is the awkward part. I can't really... Gotta be right there almost. What time is it? 2 more minutes.
I can't hold it any longer.
Sure you can. We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?
But it still feels like I'm gonna die.
Try not thinking about it. Or you could toughen up. I want to see what your funny cartoon body does.
Hey, take it easy.
Oh, take it easy. That's you.
All right, here I go.
All right, we've entered the blue zone.
Hey, there's something new.
Okay, we're getting red.
Oh, orange.
Yellow.
Green.
Whoa, look! Now she's turning blue!
She was already blue.
Oh, guess the hue shift just gets faster.
Why am I the one doing this? Why not one of you guys?
Because something different happens with each person. For instance, Kinger starts glowing, Ragatha's hair noodles stick up, Gangle's mask starts spinning, and Zubul turns straight.
My lips straighten up. Fuck off.
Oh, I like that.
He refuses to show us because
Oh
he's
yeah, I'm so going big with this one.
What do
Ugh.
you, the viewer?
You stop doing that.
Why is everybody just standing around when there's adventure to be had?
Color looks good.
Today's adventure is the mystery of Mildenhall Manor. That's right. This big spooky mansion has been rumored to be filled to the brim with paranormal activity.
Actually,
it's up to you
about
to
anything
solve the
looks
house's deep
good.
mysteries and capture all the
Maybe not
ghoulish
that.
ghost activity you can. And for the first time ever, you can. Where's Zubul? I made this adventure really cool and mature, just for them.
I do like
The
that.
NPCs aren't gonna become self-aware in this one, right?
How should I know? I'm not the boss. Oh wait, yes I am. Anyway, everybody into the fractal noise. It's adventuring time.
Shauna and I are celebrating 3 years together, and what better way to celebrate than with a private, relaxing weekend getaway? Just for...
Everybody into the fractal noise. It's adventuring time.
A little pumpkin on a pumpkin's cute, but not the right size.
Oh, this place is spooky. I wonder how hard Kane's gonna go with the scare factor.
I hope this adventure doesn't end up being another horrible nightmare. I'm not really a fan of horror, and I don't really handle jump scares that well.
Come on, that wasn't even scary. What? You scared of the vacuum cleaner too?
Hey, be nice to her. She's had a rough couple of days.
Her and everyone else. Right, Gangle?
Does anybody hear that?
I'm Ghostly! And I'll be your guide today!
Why won't they go back in?
I remember my first wild take. I don't know why they're not retracting, though. That didn't happen for me.
Before you continue on your adventure, you have to choose which door you're gonna go through. The door on the left is the normal door.
Rated wow for all ages.
The door on the right.
Yeah, that's not coming out without ripping off the whole plastic thing,
Rated
so.
R for mature Zubuls only.
It's up to you to decide.
I like that guy. I'm very much enjoying the green.
I thought we were supposed to capture all the ghosts.
Which door should we choose?
Not sure. Let's try this out.
Don't worry, Gangle, I'll get it for you.
Oh, that's the scary door.
Zubul, come on out. I just want to talk to you. Oh, I know.
Could you have done that the whole time?
Zubul, I just want to get to the bottom of why you keep skipping all my amazing adventures. You can end up really hurting Bubbles' feelings.
Bubbles' feelings?
Enough about Bubbles' feelings. How about your feelings? So, what's on your mind, Zubul?
I would rather not.
That's hilarious. Go on.
No, I mean, I've already told you what my problem is. You just never remember because
Never mind.
My mind is a beeswax polished coconut. Nothing ever escapes these cakes. So what can I do to make my adventures more appealing to you?
See? This is exactly what I'm talking about. All you're thinking about is your adventures. It has nothing to do with the adventures. It's more just... forget it. You're probably not even listening.
Zool, look at this cool bee I drew.
Where are we?
I got wire from here for a reason.
Oh, that's... no.
I wonder what this thing is.
My name is Baron Theodore Mildenhall. Hunting has been a hobby of mine for as long as I can remember, although one could say it eventually became more of an obsession. The creature you see before you is one I've been pursuing for years. Not quite a man, but not quite an animal. Something unholy, something evil. I took it upon myself to spend every waking moment doing all I could to protect my family from the creature, hoping that when I'd eventually killed it, I would be freed from this awful feeling, this inescapable dread. I was wrong.
You know, I'm starting to think...
How about we try to find a way back up to the others? Okay, cool, that's great. I love these adventures.
We could always ride this thing, yeah.
It's locked. It's locked, of course. It's locked. I love that it's locked.
Tuesday, December 4th. Although I had shot the creature multiple times in its vitals and severed its head to keep as a prize on my wall, my troubles were just beginning. I took my eyes off the body for what felt like only a minute. When I looked back, the body was gone. The creature was not dead, and it would be back to reclaim what I'd taken from it. If anyone is listening to this, all I ask of you is one thing. Do not let the head out of your sight. You have been warned.
Wow, this is some rather inconvenient lore placement.
I got it.
And this is some rather inconvenient darkness.
What was that? Was that you?
No. Oh, wait, you mean me grabbing you right now? Yeah, that was me. Is this your hand?
That's my eye.
Yes, but which eye?
I really don't think that matters. Will you stop touching my eye?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What happened?
I just remembered a really funny joke.
Why did you scream then?
Maybe it wasn't actually that funny.
Oh my god.
I think we should hold on to each other and slowly make our way back into the trophy room.
Sounds fine to me. What was that?
What's what?
That.
It's probably just magnets. A boat.
A boat?
Whatever the case, I think we should be completely quiet.
Okay, yeah, I agree. You know, you're really hit and miss with these things sometimes. Wait.
There's a fly in here.
Don't you think that's making a lot of noise? Oh god, there is a fly.
Yeah, gotcha. I think I got him. I can't see my hands. I'm sorry. Could you speak up? I couldn't quite make that out. Tommy! I think this might be the creature from the tapes.
Why did I put that in the glue? I don't remember.
Beautiful, honey.
Got it.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Prepare for takeoff, because this boat is going up! Huh? It's not up. It's not up at all. Why are we going up?
I do not use my adventures to torture my guests. Any torment I inflict is 100% accidental, like any good war criminal.
We weren't even talking about that. I really couldn't give less of a crap about the adventures.
Then what is your problem, Zubul? I'm trying my best to remember, but you and my brain won't tell me.
It's me, remember?
That's not gonna work.
Like
Oops.
myself. I hate this body. I hate all these stupid removable pieces. I just want to find something that feels good.
Oh, yeah, now I remember why I couldn't remember. It's because that problem is already solved. Simply swap out your undesirable Zubul parts for better ones.
I've been trying to find parts I like since the day I got here.
So, back to the adventures.
Forget it.
Forget it?
Just forget it.
Forget what?
Kane, nobody likes your stupid adventures.
Ha ha! Good one, Zubul.
Ragatha's just too nice to say anything. Jax just likes to fight with everybody. Yangle's too shy to speak up. Kinger's insane. And Pomni, she looks traumatized every time she comes back from one.
Oh, Zubul, Zubul, Zubul. Making adventures is my art. It's all I exist to do, all I'm good at. And, what you're saying could imply that I'm bad at the only thing I'm good at, and that... that'd be...
Whose therapy session is this again?
Oh, yeah! We need to get to the bottom of your behavioral issues. I'm gonna show you some ink blots, and you're gonna say the first word that comes to your mind.
Introducing the all-new QX80 Sport. Striking design, striking presence. Feel the first-class exhilaration. Discover great offers at your local retailer or infinity.ca.
Hair loss happens. Want to do something about it?
My hair is getting thinner.
Try Rogaine.
When your wife gives you a hug, it's not such a rug. Try Rogaine. Try Rogaine.
Oh God, where are we now?
Not sure. A cellar of some kind.
Things have gotten far worse than I could ever have imagined. My paranoia had driven me to the point where I was no longer the protector my wife and theoretical children needed. Jumping at every shadow, every noise, I ended up shooting the love of my life, mistaking her for the creature. It's ironic, isn't it? In my attempts to protect her, I ended up becoming the monster myself. Now I wait down in my cellar, no longer having anything to protect but my own soul. If nothing else, I will slay the beast that took everything from me.
How's about we take his gun?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Please don't come alive.
Okay, I won't. Looks like we've got 2 shots. Let's make them count.
Yeah.
Stay behind me.
I think we may have a problem this way too.
Just leave it to me. I can handle this. Well, that wasn't so bad.
Which is what I would be saying I apologize, dear listener, but I need a living host in order to escape the hall of the
Kinda
dead,
like him.
and your bodies will be my only means of doing so.
Now wait, how did he record this if he was in hell?
I hope you're ready, because the next breath you take down there,
Well, let's put that off. I don't think I can.
your bodies will belong
We need a nice bow.
Good tea. Sorry again about your husband killing you and everything.
You know how men are. Always having the silliest priorities.
Don't I know it?
If your friends see him, I only hope he doesn't bore them to death with his endless monologues. That man could turn a 57-second story into a Greek tragedy.
I'll be sure to ask them next time I see him. Thanks again for the tea. I had a really nice time here.
Don't mention it. Feel free to visit anytime.
Definitely.
Congratulations, my little ironclad waffle cones! You've taken the pacifist route, and you should be proud of what good people you are. Unfortunately, we still need to wait until your other teammates finish their adventure before I can give you permission to leave.
I wonder how long that'll be.
Not really typical of what you'd think hell would be.
We are literally in hell right now.
Big enough.
Hell!
Of
course I'd be in hell.
Thank you for the thumbs up before you head out. Always appreciate it.
Try to stay calm.
Double it up.
I'm sure Kane included the escape. Hold on. Let me try something. Hey, there's actually a staircase down there. It could be a way out.
Pardon my butt.
It'll work for us since we still have our bodies. Though I'm worried about what that tape said earlier.
I'm just gonna try going fast.
Wait, Tommy!
So good. Unless we have another flare up plan.
How's your wife, Hey, you all right there?
No.
I'm guessing the souls are attracted to living things. Just want a vessel to be able to leave with. Man. 7 years of computer science for this, huh?
Why? Every day I spend here is one nightmare after the next. I knew it would end up like this. He just wants me to suffer. I really am in hell.
Don't say that. You're not in... Well, I guess we are technically in... Forget about that. How about we just relax for a bit while nothing's chasing us? It was my fault we went down this path, wasn't it? I'm really sorry for that.
Why have you been acting so different lately?
I have, haven't I? I'm normally not too good with memories. But being surrounded by darkness always brings me back to a certain time. Right after my wife had abstracted. I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit. The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore. She wasn't the same as before, but she was calm enough to touch one last time before she got sent to the cellar. always taken back to that moment when engulfed in darkness.
You had a wife? Like, here in the circus?
Yeah. She's funny, creative, really into entomology. I used to hate bugs, but she somehow got me to like them. It's not the most cheerful memory, but it's one I at least have control over. I know how I can feel in this circus. Sometimes it all just feels pointless.
Yeah.
But it's not. Not if you have people who care about you.
Yep.
Good memories can do a lot. Hold on to them. And cherish the people around you. You never know when they'll be gone.
Ow.
In this world, the worst thing you can do is make someone think they're not wanted or loved.
I'm glad you're here with me.
Shake and win millions of prizes with the AliExpress $1 challenge.
You know, I've been thinking about that last tape. He said, the next breath you take down there will be your last. Maybe we can get through if we don't breathe.
I'm not very good at holding my breath.
Well, how about we try not thinking about it?
You didn't last long.
If we leave and we go back to the circus, you're just gonna go back to being crazy. You're not gonna remember any of this, are you?
Don't worry about me. As long as you remember it, things will be okay. You're very strong, Pomni. And I know you'll be able to get through this. Just hold on to me. We'll get through it together. You ready?
Oh, Pomni, Kinger, are you guys okay? Was it scary?
I'm fine, actually. What happened up here?
Don't worry about that.
Pomni was very brave. At least I think she was.
What's that coming out?
Were you?
That's definitely something. Oh no.
Ragatha,
Yeah?
I just want to say
Oh god. Stay
thanks for
there.
always being concerned about me. I feel like through everything, I haven't really been appreciative enough about that.
Oh, thank you, Pomni. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
I'm done with
care
that. I
about you.
think.
Did you remember it?
Alright. I think Pumpkin is done for the night. Not done, but done for the night. So he's got his little plants on. And he's got his ears on, his head is on, his bow's on. I just need to put around the gore, the eyeballs and stuff. And then seal that, and then he will be done. I don't know if he'll sell, but I put a lot of love into him and a lot of Halloween voodoo. Yeah. Call that right. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's too big. I don't have time and I don't have space for all this crap. You're going. All of you are gonna leave me. Out of my way. Why does that have heat? There's my handle. Alright. Well, I'm calling that a night because I'm tired. Thank you guys for stopping by. And you enjoy the rest of your evening.